So Conagen is a B2B company that is located predominantly for our research side in the Bedford, Boston, Massachusetts area, where we have about 70 people currently all involved in strain development and enzyme optimization for the purpose of producing ingredients for both food and flavors, but also other fields, primarily by microbial processes. But we also have facilities throughout the world, including in the Orange County area where our business team, we have sales and marketing team for many of the products that are developed by the research engine there in Bedford, as well as manufacturing facilities in Asia and now Europe. And those manufacturing facilities are large-scale fermentation as well as downstream processing. And so we really represent ourselves as essentially a vertically integrated synthetic biology company, and the importance of that I'll mention in a second here. Okay? The areas that we work, the addressed markets, this is a snapshot of those, and for today's purposes we'll talk about foods, flavors, and fragrances. But we also are in the pharmaceutical space as we're starting to begin efforts that we talked about yesterday in a talk on protein expression, where we're looking at producing biologics using microbial systems. We also do produce specialty and industrial chemicals, cosmetics, nutraceuticals, vitamins and supplements, as well as natural sweeteners, which is one of our first launches of products, which is a product called Bestevia, which is produced from a stevia extract by microbial bioconversion. As I pointed out in relevance to this discussion today, the areas that we work on specifically that are most relevant are the food ingredients, natural sweeteners, nutraceuticals, and flavors and fragrances. And I essentially like to categorize these by what I would refer to as the 4 Fs. Basically, the flavors and fragrances area is a little hard to separate flavors and fragrances since you all know taste and odor perception are intimately linked, and many compounds that are fragrances are also flavor components. And our portfolio currently includes terpenes, and in fact we've started a launch of a variety of sesquiterpenes, for those of you who know the terpene space, that are actually sourced from some very rare plants and have never really truly been accessible to this market because of the rarity associated with those. We also have recently launched a lactone program, and the lactones are molecules derived from fatty acids that give flavors to peaches, strawberries, bananas, and we are the only biologically produced lactones available in the market, so these qualify as natural flavors. Phenolics, including natural vanillin, which we've just recently announced a joint development or a joint activity with BASF for marketing natural vanillin. Non-caloric sweeteners, and interesting other compounds that are derived from natural products that essentially have the ability to block bitter flavors, and I'll talk about the relevance of that to the food industry and also sweetness enhancers. There's also form, what I would include in the 4 Ms, so we have to also want that texture and that color and everything else of the food to be important, so we also produce natural colorants, including carotenoids and anthocyanins, and emulsifiers. Emulsifiers sometimes allow us to go to low